Great. You seem to have pulled yourself together. I was really worried when you passed out. So, how are you getting along with Valen? I hope he hasn't offended you already. Really? That guy's usually a ham.
That's not fair, General. These two little hamsters were watching my every move. I didn't slack off at all.
Well, considering you helped us fight all the way here, I'll score your performance on the Magister's behalf 80 out of 100. Keep up the good work, Mr. V.
Yes, of course. Thanks.
Let me say this again, Valen. He was sent by me specifically to look into the changing web. To ensure success, you must spare no effort.
You must ensure his safety. I totally understand, General.
Valen is my most trusted knight, both in strength and in character. His only shortcoming... Anyway, please teach this young man a thing or two during your time together.
Stop teasing me, General. We should get down to business. The fire at Ryham was clearly arson.
Yes, the young master of the Mithril Consortium identified the culprit as the Scarlet Sorceress. Rowan believes that she was the one who summoned those fire elementals. The Scarlet Sorceress, however... I questioned the Scarlet Sorceress before you arrived. I asked her what her reasons were for coming to Ryham. What about you? Do you think the Scarlet Sorceress is the culprit? Not that I doubt your judgment, but until the truth is uncovered, I can't let her. There's another matter I'm concerned about. The Scarlet... She seemed convinced that you and her... I don't mean to pry. True, you have lost your memory. Some things you... Don't worry. We'll get to the... Oh, right. Before troubling your... Go, have a look around.
Good morning.
Don't worry. My flames will never hurt you.
The stars sparkle ever more brilliantly.
Both techniques and tactics are optimal training results. Both techniques and tactics are indispensable. Present. Your command?
Who else needs a little pick-me-up? My shield is unbreakable!
Well, victory is deserved. Well, victory is deserved. Well, victory is deserved. Well, victory is deserved.
shield for others, armor for myself. Let's get started. For the light bearer. Hey, you alright? Be more careful. The medicine's more potent, so the price needs to match.
Both techniques and tactics are indispensable.
Well, victory is deserved. Well, victory is deserved.
My shield is unbreakable!
I heard the wheat field in Northville will soon be acquired by... It won't be long before Northville is growing those expensive grapes, just like...
What? Wasn't the village chief of Rhyham opposed to growing grapes?
He had no choice.
Everyone in Northville was green with envy.
Dura above. If there are grapes to the south and grapes...
Thank you for considering my lady. However, she said that if she needed anything, she would instruct us on what to do rather than trouble you.
Well, she does not need to be so polite. The lady has come a long way, and it is my duty to be hospitable to guests. Should she have time today, might I be fortunate enough to meet her? I have prepared a...
Lord Franz, sir, I'm afraid my lady is terribly busy today and cannot see you. Please return.
Lord Franz does not seem to be in a great mood today, I see. I heard General Hogan mention that a noblewoman lives in this house.
And where did this bottom feeder come from? Talking about me behind my...
And nice to meet you, Lord Franz. I heard you were so rich and swanky that even the fountain on your estate was made of gold. I imagined you'd look like a fine gold bar.
Impertinent scoundrel! No wonder your mouth emits such dross when base wretches like you grow up eating only filth.
Fine, fine. I might well be a base wretch, but that can't be said of him. What do you think, Magister?
Oh no. You look like you're barely half-trained. Don't call yourself a magister when you only know a few spells. I wager you never attended the Serene Lyceum.
The Magister didn't really study that much there.
See? I thought as much. Peasants like you don't...
You've misunderstood, Lord Cocky High Butt. The Magister didn't study at the Lyceum because he was teaching there. Yes! You journaled about that part of your life, and you allowed me to read those entries.
What a bunch of tedious liars! Enough! I have an important client to meet and can spare no time to argue with the likes of you. Furthermore, I hate rodents, particularly when they scurry around my property. You'd best not let me catch you around Ryham. That region falls under my jurisdiction.
He certainly wasn't humble. He's essentially saying that Ryham belongs to him. However, it doesn't look like he was exaggerating. Lord Franz does control most of Ryham, especially the southern part. You look a bit lost. Allow me to explain. Ryham is built along the Tranquil River, which divides the region in half.
2 years ago, Southville heeded Lord Franz and dug up its wheat fields to plant grapes instead. They made a lot of money, and nowadays many villagers regard him as the symbol and source of their...
They say it's a new grape variety. In all of Asperia, it only grows in Ryham, and is so rare that it can't be bought anywhere else. To expand production, Lord Franz has lobbied the Northville villagers to swap from growing wheat to gemvine grapes. Is this a mage's intuition, then? Southville is not that far, so we could go have a look around. But we should probably talk with General Hogan before we go. He's waiting for...
Mary, I'm so glad you're safe. I heard about the fire last night.
Eddie, I saw everything. When the fire broke out, there was a mage in the village. She was standing in my wheat field. She waved her hand and just vanished, after which the field just burst into flames.
What? Are you saying you saw the culprit? Mary, take a deep breath.
She had red hair down to her mid-back. She was also wearing a hat with a long feather in it, and a black dress with gold stripes.
We need to tell this to the heroic order.
Magister, listening to that description, it seems like the culprit has to be...
Do you remember what the Scarlet Sorceress looks like? I think she was different from the woman's description. Yes, And there wasn't a feather in Muriel's hat. This is an important piece of information. Before the fire, mages other than Muriel may have been in the village. We need to tell this to General Hogan immediately.
You look serious. What happened? What? This is the first I've heard of that.
In short, the intel suggests that the culprit is probably someone other, but she's still a suspect. And who knows if the other red-headed mage is her accomplice. We'll have to keep investigating.
Huh. We haven't even solved the issue of the changing weather. But here comes more problems. This case is related to magic, which Valen does not excel at. I'm going to ask, are you willing to aid us? I'll let her know that you said that. Thanks for your help. Have you figured out what your next move is?
We ought to look around Southville. Before identifying the culprit, we should learn more about the grape variety known as gem. We bumped into Lord Franz just now. And he was... What if, hypothetically, my sword falls out of its scabbard? Completely by accident, mind you. And skewers his foot. You'd protect me, right?
Please keep an eye on him. I'm afraid he's going to get into trouble. Then it's all up to you. May Jura above watch over you.
Both techniques and tactics are indispensable.
Well, victory is deserved.
What a coincidence, Master Rowan. Fancy meeting you.
I saw you in Northville. The guy from the Heroic Order and the Mage. A pleasure to meet you. I'm Rowan of the Mithril, and thanks for helping with the Wind Elemental. Otherwise, it wouldn't just be my goods that were lost, but my Northville's rich in wheat. That I went out of my way to Northville to buy 3 carts. My whole business venture has been upended. And now this bridge is causing me trouble. I heard that Southville's Gemvine grapes...
Looks like some...